Hello everyone. So today I thought I'd do a quick video and just to answer some questions that I get asked quite a lot. So a lot of people message me this stuff, asking me things, and I just thought it'd be beneficial to just do a little video on it so I could just enlighten you a bit if you like, so you get some answers to some of those questions that you think, how is this and how does this work and what it is. So I've done a list of the questions I most get asked. So I'm going to answer them as briefly and as simply as I can. And hopefully you can take something away from this video today. So the first thing I get asked usually is, what is your higher self? So some people call it the higher soul. So this is the part of you that knows everything there is about you and will help you and assist you in achieving what is your highest purpose and what is meant to be for you. So there are various ways that you can tune into your higher self, and usually we do this with meditation, and you can do it with various forms of meditation. It's that part of you that will give you an expression of joy, if you like, that this is meant to be something for you. So it's quite a big subject really, but I'm trying to make things brief for you. So the other thing people ask me is, what is a spiritual awakening? Well, this is the part of you that once you start to wake up, you start questioning everything. You start questioning that the government, the media, and what it's all about, and if you're being told the truth, and usually things don't sit right with you at this stage. Also, you can start to recognize synchronicities in your life and patterns. So you will start to see the signs, and many people see repeating numbers. Just think of a song and then it plays. Think of someone and they call. There's just lots of little patterns and things that start happening around this time during a spiritual awakening. And it's also a fact that you just don't want drama in your life. You just want peace and quiet, and you just start seeing like things in people that don't sit well with you anymore. So you basically start seeing people for who they are, got that in simple terms. Another thing is, like, how do you know when you're on the wrong path? Well, for that one, you really need to tune into yourself and listen to your emotions. So if you're experiencing joy, happiness, and everything that you're taking on board and you're doing, then I would say that's pretty much you're on the right path. But if you start to feel very negative, overly emotional, distraught about stuff, just a feeling it doesn't sit with you anymore, then yes, I would say you're generally not on the right path. So the big takeaway from that is you need to listen to your emotions and you need to tune into them and decide which way you're going to go from that. So people say about gratitude. Now, should we practice gratitude? Well, gratitude helps us expand our awareness and our focus. So it amplifies what you're actually thinking about at that time, and whatever that might be will bring it closer to you. So gratitude is very important. A lot of us think that we do practice gratitude, but when you sit there and complain about something that's not working in your life, then you know that you're really not practicing it. Gratitude is about being thankful for everything you do have. So it's being positive in even negative situations. How do you know if you're disconnected from your soul purpose? Well, then you have to pay attention what you're drawn to. What do you really like doing? What brings you joy? What brings you fun? If you're doing stuff that's feeling draining, that you feel really tired, you don't have any inspiration to do the work that you do anymore, then I would say that you pretty much are disconnected from your soul purpose. But you can bring yourself back. You have to look at what you're afraid of. It really goes down to fear most of the time. And what story are you telling yourself? And what is the limiting belief behind that fear or story? Just to get to the bottom of it. The next one is, what is the biggest misconceptions of channeling? So people are often afraid of channeling or afraid of doing it because they feel that they're giving their power away or they're connecting to something that's benevolent. You can't really give your power away to something that's positive, and you will hear positive words and thoughts as they start to come through to you. So again, this is with the aid of your guides, your higher self, and I think everybody can channel. It's just a fact of just listening to what's coming through, sitting quietly, and just allowing it to happen. So, like, how do you communicate with spirit? I get asked that one quite a lot. Basically, everybody's different. And again, I think everybody has the ability to tune into this. But most of us can feel when there's an energy or spirit around us. You can sense it in the room. Some of us can hear it. And sometimes you hear it in your head, and it may be your voice that you can hear, or it could be a spirit voice. I mean, I have experienced both. Sometimes we see them. I do that as well. But sometimes you will see them as people, and sometimes you'll see them as orbs, shadows that just are in the room that you're in or the environment you're in. And there is like a sense of knowing that you are now sensing, speaking, hearing, or seeing something else that's in your reality. Being able to communicate with spirit, going along the mediumship line, it does take practice. And it is basically like just flipping a switch, just getting into a different reality, a different realm, if you like, and be able to communicate. A lot of that is down to trusting that you can do it. And I would say that most people that practice that have done it for many years to build up their confidence, to know that they're actually doing what they say they're doing. And obviously you have to prove evidence as well when you do that type of work. The other thing I get asked is, what is cosmic consciousness? So that's like connecting to the heart and the mind of the universe. This is all about the creator's dream and the wishes for us to live in our own reality and live our best life. So again, that's just tuning in, sitting quietly, and you can do this through meditation. So how do you clear your energy field? Well, basically, you have to lift your frequency. You have to vibrate higher, because everything that you vibrate at, the level you vibrate at, will resonate with you. So if you're at a low vibration, then you will attract more into your life that you don't particularly want. And if you're at a high vibration, everything that's not in resonance with you will just fall away. People also ask me about frequency for healing. So each of us have our own electromagnetic field, and we all vibrate at our own frequency. So sometimes our frequency can get changed or dropped due to things that are going on in our life. So through illness, trauma, things that just happen in everyday life can just throw us off a bit. So then you would come to someone like me who can then just realign your frequency. And we do this by music, meditation, tuning forks, energy healing, quantum healing, that type of thing to get you back on track. So it is really worth investing the time and the money into getting a proper healing session if you can't seem to get yourself back on track. Then people say to me, well, what is quantum healing? So quantum healing is a place where there is no difference between time and space. It's where everything exists in the one place. And because there's many versions of us in other timelines, we can then go into the quantum to clear the field and heal it in the now. So if you have a lot of negative timelines going on, you can go in and clear it in the quantum field, and it will work in now and start to collapse those timelines. So, and then the next subject is what are timelines. So these are versions of us that all exist simultaneously within the field. So if we think of thought of something that we want, or somebody we want, or something we want to do, we start to create that timeline. So the more energy and thought you give it, the more that timeline builds. If you think of something, say I want to go to America, and then you think, oh, that's not for me, I'm not going to go, you then will probably just collapse that timeline. It won't exist. But if you keep thinking, I need to go to America, I want to go to America, you're creating that version. So depending on what thoughts that you're creating, whether they're positive or negative, you are creating those. So if you're always coming from a place of lack, you're creating those timelines as well. So if there's something, a trauma that exists in your past, say, and you keep revisiting it, you keep building that timeline. So that is now existing on another plane. And we go in and heal it and clear it and try to collapse that timeline. Some of those big ones take more than one session sometimes, but that's basically timelines. How do you know you're out of line with your authentic self? Well, that's about what you're constantly attracting into your life. That will be the same relationships, the same money situations, the same housing situations, whatever it is that seems to be a cycle that's repeating. That's when you know that you're out of alignment with what you actually want to create in your life. So if you're stuck in your life, you need to really dig deep and ask yourself what it is that you truly want. And what is it that you're putting out to the universe? Because you have to be quite precise about what you want to bring into your life and into your reality. And sometimes it's about being out of balance. So we all have masculine and feminine energies. So are you coming from a masculine place of grinding, doing, pushing? Or are you coming from a feminine place, which is sitting back, relaxing, allowing yourself to receive? So the masculine is more of a harder place and this feminine is from a softer space, but we have to have a balance of the both. So sometimes we will work from a masculine energy when we're trying to create something and push it forward and put it out there. But then you have to know when to stop and when to just sit back, let the universe do its thing, allow people to come to you, work on your energy, vibration, and just allow yourself to receive. The other thing I get asked about is limiting beliefs. So again, you have to identify where this belief come from originally, and then you have to debunk it. And really, the brain will only do this by providing proof. So you have to do a bit of research to see where it comes from. So a lot of people have limiting beliefs around money, not being worth enough in the spiritual realm, maybe not charging enough for their services. And you trace it back to see where it come from, whether it was from your parents, caregivers, past life. You know, it can be from many sources, and you just trace it back and then see if that still rings true. And maybe sometimes you might have to do a little bit of generational clearing, because sometimes we bring in beliefs and things that are not actually ours, and we just take it on through the trauma. Everybody comes into the world with some form of trauma that's generational, so we can clear that as well. So how can you open up to receive more? Well, basically you have to trust. You have to trust in your heart and what you can do, your ability to be able to receive. So when you don't trust in yourself and other people or the universe, your heart chakra starts to close down. And therefore, nothing can resonate, nothing will get through. So when you start to trust in yourself, you start to receive more abundance into your life. So that's quite a big one. Maybe working through the chakras and doing some chakra clearing and healing would help you if you're stuck in that area. And then the path to self-discovery. So that's basically self-love. Give yourself the time and the space to sit with your emotions. And when they come up, just work through them, allow them to come in, and then just allow yourself to work through them. And then perhaps list all the things that you like about yourself. So many people are negative self-talk about certain aspects of how they look, where they live, what money they've got, car they've got, whatever it is that they feel that's limiting them in some way. And just find the positives about yourself and just keep reaffirming those to yourself each day, and look at your traits and characteristics. So, I mean, what are you? What are people drawn to you for? Are you a good person? Do you have a good heart? Do you help people a lot? So focus on the positive and the good. And then it's about treating yourself well. So I know that there are a lot of women, well, and men too, that don't feel that they are worthy or deserve, the nice things in life. You came here to live a wonderful life, to create the best that you can, to be happy, joyful. So, they're coming from a place of lack that you don't deserve something, or you shouldn't buy it, or do it, or go there. They are your own limiting beliefs. So you need to work on those. And I think lastly is to look at your achievements in life. Now, you don't get to a certain age without achieving something, whether it's bringing up your kids that are good, healthy, rounded people, individuals. And then you look at your grandkids. How are they bringing them up? Are they happy, joyful? You can go down that route. Or you can look into your business. How have you always managed to find money? And have you always managed to come up with something when faced with challenges in your life? And sometimes even health issues, what have you overcome? There's many people that have overcome things where they've been told that they wouldn't be able to then maybe do something like walk or exercise or whatever it is, and they decided that they were going to overcome those challenges. So I hope that that's helped you today to get just a general idea of some of the things that I get asked a lot in my work. And if you do have any other questions, that's something that I've missed, do feel free to contact me and message me, and yeah, I'll happily answer your questions. So I'm going to do a series of these little classes, and I'm going to do some stuff on my social media for people that are interested in the type of work that I do. So just bringing them in so I can just reach more people over time. And I mean, yeah, just take a look at some of the stuff I do, and I will post up generally on my social media some of the classes and things that I'm doing. But coming soon is the generational clearing. So if that's something that you want to do, look back through your ancestral stuff, your trauma, and you want to do some of that clearing, I'm going to do like a masterclass on that. So there'll be various ones coming up in the near future. So I wish you all a wonderful day, and remember, stay positive, work on your energy, work on your frequency, and work on your vibration. Okay, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Bye for now.